All right. Tony's gonna pass out something where you can just keep it for yourself, and it's something that was on my heart and everything, and just want to let y'all know that each one of y'all are here for a reason. Trust God to lead you in your life. Life can be hard, but God always has your back. Never forget that. In good times, trust God, and even in hard times, trust God. The Bible verse that Tony's given you, that's the shorter version of it, but it's Matthew 17:20. And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if yes, have faith as a grain of mustard seed. Yes, shall say into this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Your parents want the best for you, and most likely don't want you to get hurt or make the same mistakes they did. I know that's the way I am when I try to teach, me and my husband try to teach our kids. So sometimes just remember, don't get mad at them. They're only trying to help you in your life. I am blessed that I was given two God-loving and fearing parents. He gave me that still pray for me to this day. Thanks. Growing up, whenever the church doors were open, we were there. Morning, noon, and night, Sunday through Sunday, we went to church. The older I got, though, I kind of was into my own self, so I hated them for it. And when I got old enough, I just pushed God and everything out of my life. And then every time I would talk to my mom, she would always say, have you joined the church yet? You know you need Jesus. And I was so mad at her. So I just went to church, mainly to get the church bulletin. And one Sunday I went back over there, and I gave it, I threw it at her, said, see, I joined the church. My mom just looked at me. She kind of went in her room. I didn't know then, but I know now what she did when she went in her room. And for the next few months, and really up to a year, I think, God was fighting to keep a hold of me, but I didn't know that. And then one day, it's like I felt it. And I ended up bowing to my knees because I was going through a lot and realizing that I couldn't do anything without God in my life. I found an awesome church family and eventually met my husband. And through the years, we keep growing and grow closer to God every time. We've been blessed with two awesome kids through the years. And in the past year, we've gained an extra son. All three keep us on our toes. Now, I find myself trying to do what my parents did for me. And I know I have to take a step back to let them make decisions for themselves. No matter what, I will still love them, but they know where I stand in life. But if it is against God, I can't go against God. One thing I was doing when I was doing my stuff, I always go on the internet. And I always look at Facebook, Snapchat, different things like that. And it was kind of scary because when you look at all that kind of stuff, you realize that so much negative and stuff is out there. And a lot of people, and I don't want to just say people, but the devil is trying to reach for you. And I hear Brother Jason all the time tell us to get in our Bibles. And you realize there's people saying, no, you don't need God. You don't need God. You can do it yourself. The sad part is we can't. If we can do it ourselves, we wouldn't need God. But that's the thing, we do need Him. And it's one of those things where, if anything, I'm going to leave y'all with this. That's why I gave y'all that mustard seed. That little seed, which is kind of funny if you think about it. You could take that just and put out in the world as negative, and that can make everything turn bad, like everything, whatever. But you just sharing God with somebody who may not have heard God at all, that one little seed, like that mustard seed of that faith that you have in God, can go a long way. And by you telling, we live, Liberty, Gloucester, Mississippi. Believe it or not, you can get somebody all the way in Alaska through internet and stuff like that by you sharing God's love and everything like that. Because the thing, when people ask for prayer, things like that, don't ever take that for granted. Always try to share that, try to lift each other up. I know a lot of y'all try to look out for each other. That's a real blessing because you don't get that a lot. I was blessed enough at my church growing up that we still keep in touch with each other now. Some of them have walked away from God, but it's kind of funny or ironic. They'll call me and say, hey, I need to pray for them. And I said, well, you can pray too. You know how to do it. But it's one of those things where you just basically what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is be there for one another. And if you hear your parents kind of nudging you this certain way, it's not because they know everything, they just don't want you to get hurt. So just trust and understand that God's got you here for a reason. It's just how you take your walk and how you want to go about that. And just trust in God in all that you do. So that's pretty much it.